most definitely the one and only Tega. I don't know how many packs today. Supreme.
I'm glad the YouTube is on. They can see that you're telling lies.
How?
They can see that you're
You
telling
look, you
lies.
look GTG, good to go.
And that's so. Good morning, everybody. Hope you had a fantastic weekend. I'll be good to go. I'm rebooting. I'm rebooting this small small. All right. What happened this weekend? One goat did a bicycle kick.
Mm.
The other goat carried his team to the Eastern Conference final in the MLS with a header. So the short one scored the header. The taller one did bicycle kick.
I mean, I mean,
In this day and age, so they are matching each other aura for aura now. No, nobody is going to feel bad till next weekend. All right. So that's what happened on the one end. We'll also talk about what happened over the weekend with McLaren in the Las Vegas Grand Prix. They rolled the dice and they were kicked out of the club. We'll
yeah.
talk about that. We'll also talk about what happened yesterday. Ha! We'll also talk about Real Madrid.
Mm.
Every day, Real Madrid will be crying that they are cheating them, they are cheating them. Yesterday,
Hmm.
I saw America wonder in Spain. I haven't seen that kind of wonder in a long time.
America won this.
I saw American wonder in Spain. We'll talk about the American wonder in Spain. We'll also talk about Arsenal in the North London Derby and Liverpool. What is wrong with Arne Slot? Why do people do this kind of thing to him in his second season? All right. All that and more coming up inside the locker room. But before we do any talking today, Ayokunmi, tell us, how can we be a part of the locker room?
All right, you can join us in the locker room this morning to tell us exactly what you think about what we're talking about and so, so much more. Join us on WhatsApp on 0911 0981 You should have that number locked down. Join us on YouTube as well, which I always say is where you need to be. Smooth 981 FM Lagos. Smooth 981 FM Lagos. Leave your comments in the chat box as you always do. We love to read from you. All right, let's begin this morning talking about table tennis. That is where we're going to begin our journey this morning. And one of those stories that you don't really, really love to read or hear about, but hey, here we are. And it has to do with Nigeria's World Youth Championship dream. Not a very, very good one to start the morning. Well, Nigeria's hopes of showcasing its rising table tennis talents on the global stage have suffered a major setback after the Nigeria Table Tennis Federation confirmed that the country's youth team has been denied visas for the 2025 ITTF World Youth Championships in Romania, scheduled for November 23rd to 30th. Unfortunate stuff.
Very unfortunate stuff. And before you start saying, oh, is this green passport? Don't even say that. If you decided that you're going to host a world tournament, the first thing you should do is every athlete that has qualified, because this guy is qualified,
Mm.
it's not an invitational, they're qualified. Every athlete that's qualified should, and their team should be able to get visas. You can say, oh, I'm a little hung up on, fans showing up and all of that. But the teams that qualify should be able to get visas. So before you start, picking on the Nigerian passport, that, oh, because of this green passport and all the drama, first look at the countries that are getting it. Romania. It's not even, take that, don't do that this morning.
Deep breath, deep breath,
Deep
deep breath.
breath. All right. But with Romania, in the scheme of things, if we are talking by economic power, they should be in Africa. Don't try me.
Uh-uh.
Don't try me.
No, now.
You now have the nerve to deny us visa
Wow.
after bidding to us. ITTF should sanction them. No, no, no. There should be, yes, but ITTF wouldn't, because I'm sure they looked around for who to host them, and this were the first people to say we'll host you. But now Egypt and Tunisia replacing Nigeria for the team, at least the team tournaments. What kind of rubbish is that? How can you deny people that qualified?
I mean, it's not as if they're going there for tourism, wanting,
Do you
wanting.
understand? At
There's
least the
there's a good
team.
reason for them being there.
I can understand your hang-ups on the fans. The team qualified. You agreed to host the tournament. How dare you not give us visa? I don't even know. Is this not Abike Dabri's position?
Nidcom?
No,
No, no, no, no,
no, no.
no,
It's not.
not necessarily.
Who is it? Whoever is in charge.
Now, that just raises the question: if we had an ambassador in Romania, I don't know, but hey, we don't have ambassadors, and
That's it. This is a freshly pressed discussion.
Mm.
If we had an ambassador in Romania, that's another angle. But the important thing is that the ITTF should not let Romania go scot free, but they will because Romania agreed to host them. That's the problem. It's not your green passport; it's the incompetence and the disrespect of Romania. Whoever knows a Romanian, anybody in Nigeria, embassy in Nigeria, tell them that Tega said they are incompetent and disrespectful
Hmm. I can just
and
say,
should be sanctioned.
huh, I can just imagine the hopes that have been dashed of those young, brilliant table
Can you
tennis
imagine?
players.
After qualifying, it's not an invitational.
Anyways, let's leave tennis and talk about what went down in Vegas. What happens in Vegas stays in Vegas, as they say. Not this, I'm telling you. The disqualification of McLaren drivers Lando Norris and Oscar Piastri from the Las Vegas Grand Prix dramatically changes the complexion of the battle for the Formula One drivers' championship. I mean, not one driver, but both.
Yeah, so both drivers for excessive skid block wear, which is why I think that it wasn't skid block wear it was them. This is a garage problem. You can't say it's the drivers. So two drivers that drive completely different styles
Hmm.
now decided it was the same skid block wear that was their problem. This is a garage problem. This is Zach Brown's problem. And he's about to tank it. Remember, you have to remember that Lando Norris, sorry, what's his name? Max Verstappen, as at summer, was 104 points behind Oscar Piastri.
Mm,
He's on the same number of points with Piastri now. The only reason why he's
just
behind
imagine.
Piastri in the standings is because Piastri has won 7 races, he's won only six.
Just a race difference. That's
Just a
all.
race difference. There's Qatar coming up. There's Abu Dhabi coming up. I think we have 3 races left. I think we have 3 races. I can't remember the last race, but there's just 24 points. Oh, 2 races actually. There's just 24 points. I know there's Qatar, there's Abu Dhabi.
Mm,
So Abu Dhabi is usually December, the last one, and there's Qatar is the next race they are running, and so there's 24 points between them. Remember what I said? It's 25 points to win a race. Max Verstappen has been winning the last few races. So if Max Verstappen wins a race and they get this kind of disqualification again, Max Verstappen is winning the championship that he has no business even being
I
competing in.
mean, I
So
mean,
this is McLaren just sitting down and shooting themselves in the foot. First of all, I questioned how Oscar Piastri's life turned around. From leading by 34 points in the championship, his garage just suddenly fell apart. And everybody's blaming the driver. Yes, the driver will make some mistakes because he's desperate. But at the start of this thing, I thought there was a problem in the garage. And now 2 drivers get disqualified for the same. In fact, I thought Lando Norris was going to get disqualified for low fuel. Because at some point they were not telling him to manage his fuel. And he was second in the he was second driver to finish. They're not telling him to manage his fuel. George Russell almost overtook him. So I was like, how are you doing this? So because you've won your own constructors championship, the drivers are on their own now. They should do what they want.
I don't even understand what is going on
So this
now.
is a garage issue. This is a Zach Brown issue. They need to sit down and talk to themselves what they did wrong, how they let their drivers down.
Hmm.
24 points now from 104 points.
I can't even imagine McLaren not, McLaren drivers not even winning at the end of the day. This would be the implosion of all implosions,
I'm
as far as I'm
telling you.
concerned. Even Spurs cannot implode
It
like
cannot
this.
implode like this. All
Telling
right.
you. Anyways, let's talk football, and we're heading to La Liga, where Jude Bellingham scored one and assisted another as Real Madrid returned to the top of La Liga despite being held to a draw by LJ, American Wonder.
Yeah, so first of all, let's talk about Jude Bellingham because earlier Mr. C was here and asking about Jude Bellingham making it to the World Cup, and he's been, the subject of a case this weekend with Ian Rice talking about, people not ready for a black superstar. I'm
Mm.
just happy that this conversation is going on, and I'll tell you simply why, and you can sit in your offices and discuss this. But the same thing that people expect women to do is the same thing that people expect black men to do, which is lower your head, put your eye down, and move. And it's not just white people that expect black people to do that. Even black people will tell black people, why are you arrogant?
Hmm.
Once you look confident, they're like, why are you proud?
Calm down.
Calm down. You color your hair. This one is proud. It's the same things they tell women to do, they're telling black men to do. He's a superstar. He plays confidently. He's not supposed to be insecure because at Real Madrid. And this is one of the reasons why, you know, he needs his confidence. Assisting one goal and scoring the second goal. Now the second goal is the question. Because Real Madrid will complain, oh my god, they did this. Barcelona paid referee, this, that. This was a literal incident. A ball came into the 18-yard box. The goalkeeper parried the ball. Vinicius Jr. kicked him in his nose. And the referee didn't call a foul. Play carried on. Mbappe put the ball back in, and Bellingham scores the goal. VAR paused the game to review the incident and still gave the goal. In fact, when VAR reviewing the incident, they were trying to stop the goalkeeper's nose from bleeding. The foul happened before the goal was scored.
And they let it go.
And then, look, VAR looked at it. It's one of the reasons I'm saying goalkeepers are not protected. We've seen it in the Premier League where goalkeepers are kind of hampered. But this weekend, before people start talking about Donnarumma, was not that Donnarumma goal. Questions. He was not hampered. I can tell you for free. It was just a weak flap. Emilio Martinez was not hampered. He just put a weak flap. There's some real hampering that you would see, the goalkeeper is clearly obstructed and they don't give it in the English Premier League. But this one, the guy was kicked in the face. Nose bleeding. Referee and VAR were like three blind mice. Let's just... I've not seen that kind of one before. But hey, Real Madrid was able to salvage a draw because of that call. And they are now 1 point ahead of Barcelona at the top of the table.
It is tight. Real Madrid 32, Barcelona 31, Villarreal 29. Things are heating up out there in La Liga. Let us take our first break of the morning. And when we get back in, we'll be talking about the Gunners and, of course, Ibrahim rolling in a special hat-trick after destroying Tottenham Hotspur. We'll be back on the other side. This is The Locker Room here on Smooth 98.1.
Okay, so when you I've pressed pause.
What did you press?
I've turned off. I've deleted the apps now.
Okay, I'll open it again. Just imagine Easy and Saka and Super Eagles.
Imagine it's a good imagination. When you want to play your throat, move back. And there's a cough button, but he didn't know you wanted to cough. So.
This life no balance.
Okay, so that's the next story. So that's the one you're taking. I'm telling you. So next time Real Madrid complains that the referee blew against them, remind them of when they kicked the goalkeeper in the nose and the goal still stood. It didn't happen as they were scoring the goal.
It happened before.
It happened before. Like Vinicius kicked the guy in the face. The guy fell to the floor. Then he had to scramble up to see if he could save Bellingham's shot. Of course, it was in 2-2.
So that should have been foul leading up to the goal.
Yes, that's foul in the build-up. It even happened when, and they took their time. Like VAR took their time and said, you know what? We are giving it.
I'm just trying to think of the thought process
That would have allowed them to.
Kind of like the thought process that led to the non-penalty against us when we played. Was it Gabon or Congo?
That one that they pulled that one. No. The guy referee was trying to balance skills.
I was like,
there's no VAR that would have looked at it.
Because if you say, let's sit down and look at this thing, why did you not give it? What reason would he actually open up and say that?
Because the ball literally passed over that guy's head, and if they were not pulling him, he would have nodded that ball.
Because I sort of pen is all over, and then VAR look, no pen. I say
yesterday was a shock. I said the guy whose nose was bleeding. They were trying to plug it in. The referee came to say, "Are you okay?" He said, "Go low," and went to start the match. Male Genetiga. They will carry me in straight jacket so if I'm coach. I'm telling you, one they will carry me, I'll be biting the fourth official. They will carry me in straight jacket. I'm not even playing. I'm not even playing with you. All right, we're back.
Everywhere go blood you.
Ah,
Because why?
what are you saying?
You're welcome back into the second half of the locker room on a Monday morning here on Smooth 98.1. Love music, love life, having fun in the studio. Yes, yours truly, Ayokunmi right here with you, taking you into a world of sporting action from over the weekend. The one and only Tega Supreme also here in the studio. We are having a great time. You get to join us as well. Send your messages in on WhatsApp and on YouTube as well. 0911 999 0981 is the WhatsApp number. YouTube, you can find us at Smooth 981 FM Lagos. Smooth 981 FM Lagos. Leave your comments there. YouTube is that place you need to be because the behind the scenes conversations, you can't get those anywhere. Anyways, let us switch gears and bring the conversation to the Premier League and talk about Arsenal. Like I said, well, Iberici Eze hailed his special moments as the Arsenal star first ever hat-trick inspired a 4-1 rout of North London rivals Tottenham on Sunday. Now, looking at this story, I'm going to bring in one of our most recent, should I say, analysts on the show. Of course, he's an intern here, but hey, he loves football and loves sports. Joshua, welcome into the locker room once again.
Thank you, Mr. Ayo.
All right, so looking at this game, Iberici is a hat-trick. Arsenal routing Tottenham Hotspur 4-1. The Gunners definitely looking good at the top of the table.
First, Arsenal keep showing that they are the real title contenders, and they are performing so well. I think it's only one loss that they've lost this season in Premier League, and their defensive record is absolutely fantastic. Even as one of their key defenders is injured, Gabriel.
True.
But they still performed classily. And their attacking formation is so marvelous. They don't have a striker. None of their key strikers are available. They're playing with midfielders. And
false nines.
Yeah, and they're still able to get much goals like that. It's over the weekend, it was so it's very, very amazing that they're able to keep on with the winning streak that they're taking to Premier League.
All right. Let's talk about Eberechi now. Remember when he first moved, I had asked, where will he play? And I want to say something controversial. But you know that nothing used to be heavy for my mouth. My mouth can carry every weight. But the injury to Odegaard gave Eberechi a full expression for it. Because remember when he started, they were playing him on the wing.
And that wasn't working.
Yeah, it wasn't working. They were looking for where they would put him. Should I put him behind? Should I put him in front? Odegaard just, sometimes when things want to work out for your good, strange things will happen. Odegaard just fell. Ordinary small follow, shoulder just did pa. That was it. Eberechi just found his spot. His sweet spot. So my question now for Arsenal fans. When Odegaard is fit,
I was going to ask this.
Where should they put him? Should they leave him
on the bench
with the seatbelt? Or anyway, question for Arsenal fans. So the numbers to send your answers to are
0911-999-0981 is the WhatsApp number. You leave your comments on YouTube as well at Smooth 981 FM Lagos. I think it should be. I think it should be on the bench. No seatbelt, but on the bench, because looking at what Eze is doing right now, I mean, to mess up this current dynamic.
But you want to leave a fit Odegaard that can thread a needle.
Thread a needle. How many needles has he been threading? If you sit down first, Eze is doing the
Arsenal fans, please. There's a Manchester United fan that doesn't like you here. I need to hear your own thoughts.
I'm on your side on this one.
Which side? You are just on Eberechi's side. You are just on
Starboy doing Starboy things.
Okay. The Starboy was on the left.
Anyways, from a team flying high, let's talk about a team that is, not flying at all at the moment. In fact, they are trying to dig their way down. Liverpool is where we're heading to right now, and their captain Virgil van Dijk says that Liverpool's players are letting manager Arne Slot down after the Premier League champions collapse continued with a 3-0 home defeat to Nottingham Forest.
Yes. Now, this was the one I didn't see coming. Yeah, Nottingham Forest had changed their coach and decided to look up a bit. But against Liverpool, especially after the break, I thought they'd come back from their different countries in their varied form and they'd do it a bit differently. But they came in and they capitulated. Nottingham Forest gave them the ball. Like Sean Dyche,
Take
like
it.
every Sean Dyche team,
Take it.
they're like 34% possession. That's good enough for us. That's like 100% possession with Sean Dyche. And so, with that percentage, Liverpool were pressing, they were passing the ball around. Pretty much what happened in the Milan derby, which we'll talk about soon. Um, and every time Nottingham Forest got the ball and were facing the Liverpool defenders, they looked dangerous every single time. And then it was only a matter of minutes before the ball was going to hit the back of the net. Now, Becca Allison came back, and people thought with Becca Allison in, maybe the defenders would be a little less jittery, somebody they're familiar with. It was worse for Allison. Allison was like, "Is this how it is? Let me go back." Because it was none of the goals were his fault. Even the one that he saved, his defenders couldn't clear the line. So yes, they are in a horrible spot. They're in a horrible position. 6 out of their last 7. There's no pretty way to look at the result. These were the kind of results we expected him to be posting in his first season,
Right.
especially after he didn't buy any players. But now
He has bought
he has
players.
bought players, and now he has bought players. He has won the league, so he's doing everything in reverse. So he has started. He has bought players. He has started losing. So maybe it's time to go back to being unemployed.
I mean, Liverpool fans have been shouting Arne Slot out.
They've been firing coaches in the Premier League since. If they fire him, the good news that he won't be the first or the second.
True.
But it'd be pretty mind-boggling to be fired after winning the Champions League. But again, he still won't be the first because Jose Mourinho was fired after winning the Premier League. Sorry, for Chelsea. So
how the turns have tabled, as they say. How the turns have tabled. Well, I mean, I'm a hater, but let me just keep my thoughts to myself right now. Let us move to the Serie A, and as we always say, Tega, AC Milan, when they see big team,
their eyes will just pop out. Their muscles would be tensed. Oh, like my own. See bicep. Oh, Tega. Anyway, let's go back to the story. But let's talk about this derby. Remember I said it. Inter Milan has lost to all the big boys they've played so far. AC Milan has beat the big boys they've played so far. And so when they met at the their new stadium where their new both owners have bought, it was AC Milan dominating possession, but they were touching the passes a bit too much. You get into the 18-yard box, just be direct. But no, Çalhanoğlu must touch the ball. Then he'll give it to Ram, who will now give it to Lautaro Martinez. Then Lautaro will say, I don't want to shoot. He'll now pass it to DiMarco. DiMarco will now say, no, let me give it to Acosta on the other side. They will not cross the ball again. That's how they were dancing Skelewu with shots that should have been taken directly. Then AC Milan gets the ball on a quick counter and shoots at Sommer. And he pushes it back into play. And Pulisic was like, thank you. I've been looking for a goal to score for my contract discussions. And that's how he scores the goal. Inter Milan were also given a penalty, right penalty, because the way that player stamped to Ram's foot was almost like he was giving him visa. But Çalhanoğlu steps up, takes the penalty. The keeper did not only save the first penalty, he saved the rebound. That's how poor Inter Milan were in front of goal on the day. So at the end of the day, Inter Milan are now down to 4th on the table because that's how the Serie A table can be. You can wake up in the morning and be at the top and find yourself at 4th by evening.
Just like that.
Just like that. So Inter Milan are 4th on the table. AC Milan are 2nd on the table. The same points, number of points with Napoli who are 3rd. Roma yesterday beat Cremonese by 3-1. They are the ones now sitting pretty at the top of the Italia Serie A table, just by 2 points. So between 1st to 5th is 3 points separating them. one of the tightest Scudetto battles.
Hmm. Once again, it heats up out there in Syria. Let us bring things back to England and the Premier League, where Pep Guardiola made a beeline for referee Sam Barrett at full time on Saturday evening after Man City's Premier League loss against Newcastle. Now, it followed a contest packed with contentious decisions. That particular act from the Spaniard could be seen coming a mile away. What happened in this game that was so hot?
Okay, so I will say this. I know there are 115 charges. I know, I know. But yesterday was the first time, was it yesterday? It was Saturday. That was the first time that I've seen a big team denied two big moments. Now, regardless of what the commentators say, the referees got the two big decisions. You can't tell me anything. First of all, that foul on Fodu was a penalty in every country, including North Korea. In fact,
Ah,
it was a foul even in the Premier League, but it was just not a foul on the day. Clear foul. He clearly impedes Phil Foden as he's about to take a shot. No, referee says carry on. Referee and VAR say carry on. That was the first one. The second one, people still can't convince me because even when they showed me the replay with the lines drawn, the line it did not enter. How is Guimaraes not offside for Newcastle's second goal? If you are cross-eyed, he's offside. If you draw the line with ruler, he's offside. If you draw it with semi-automated, he's offside. You calculated his shoulder and how? How? Guimaraes was so close to the 6-yard box. There was no way, if you squinted, you couldn't have seen that it was offside. How they drew those lines, I don't get it. And this is why we're saying they said they will use semi-automated this season. Semi-automated, we are still not saying they're still using ruler to draw this thing. This is my problem with the Premier League. That's how at the start of the season, if you held the ball for more than 10 seconds, they gave corner. 6 matches in, they threw away that rule and say we are not using it again. So yes, if I were Pep Guardiola, like I said, I've told people straight jacket. That's how they will carry me.
the lack of consistency, it's so
That
galling.
penalty was so clear. And VAR looked at it. They took time to look at it. And just like what happened in La Liga, they did not give the right decision.
American wonder.
American wonder. All right, let's take some messages.
Alrighty, let's take your messages this morning. Where do we begin? Felix, good morning to you. He says he really enjoyed the weekend matches across Europe over the weekend, and he's happy Real Madrid was able to get a point from a very stubborn Elche and still remains at the top of La Liga table after doing American One Derby. No problem. Take the win. This is Julius who says it's one thing to have economic power, it's another thing to have had a track record of integrity, and especially when your politicians keep giving the country bad publicity. That's talking about the table tennis story. He then says we can say all we want about the PGMOL in England. However, in La Liga, it's a case of the highest bidder between Madrid and Barcelona because there are some referee calls you'll see and definitely tell that things have gone down behind the scenes. Zikolo, good morning to you. He says, please, let's not be quick to blame Romania for denying our team members visa. I'm almost sure the refusal will be because they probably did not meet up with a particular requirement on the checklist. There are too many incompetent people at the helm of our affairs.
The only checklist they need is that these players qualified. Like I said, we are not talking of fans here. There was a competition, they qualified, they are supposed to be there. You are the host country. The country LOC should say, oh, these are the countries that are representing us. These are the countries that are coming to be represented at this tournament. That's all they need to do. I will blame Romania every day of the week and twice on a Monday. I say people should tell the Romanian embassy in Nigeria that I'm looking for him. I need to tell him how incompetent he is.
I really would love to hear the reason for the refusal of the visas. That would be an interesting one. Emeka says, what is going on at Liverpool? We need to place them under a club of particular concern.
I agree with you.
What Eze did to Tottenham yesterday is like a woman rejecting your wedding proposal and then returns to twerk and flash her wedding ring with her new husband in front of you. That is pain. This is Tayo who says, Tega, don't take any deep breath. Let it out like Regina and we'll respond like Pa Ned. With the way things are happening, we need Irabot, James, and Oris because it's looking Tottenham looking like 3 point lane. Eberici is enjoying the benefit of a praying mother. Liverpool and Arne Slot have inherited Eric Ten Hag's legacy. Ayo, stop hating. This was our great club last season. I mean, that was last season. I can hate on somebody else this season, turn by turn. Avoid Dutch coaches for your mental health. Flee from them. They're just fantasy football managers. Pep that was talking to cameraman. He gets waiting, you go see if you know go understand. It's American wonder, as Tega said. This is okay. There's no name attached. It says Odegaard is assistant captain. Oh, let's not forget. Okay, no problem. Don't be angry, sir. And then for Slot, welcome to the Premier League, and he should learn to have some respect for other clubs. I wonder what Slot hasn't blamed yet for
Voodoo. He hasn't blamed Voodoo.
Okay, yes, that's the next thing. Padre Pio says Arsenal keeping it hot on top. Madrid saw Barca win and decided to lose, but for a Jude Bellingham who decided against that plan. This is Anfield indeed. Emmanuel says, Tega, question please. I know you said you're not saying anything around Arsenal's title charge yet, but what do you think about the way Arsenal has been going about doing their business? Any difference? This is Ernest who says, did you know that Izzy told Thomas Frank, who is with just 3 goals? I'm not following. Oh, he spelled Izzy with a hat trick and made a statement on Sunday. Give me Bayern for lunch and Chelsea for dinner. Be careful what you wish for. And Arthur says, take this serious. And then this is AY, I guess, says, I think Odegaard would come back into the squad because he's club captain. Remember, Arteta spoke about the concept of starters and finishers, not substitutes. A sub is not inferior. Okay. Ernest says, Man City was figured out by Newcastle. Pep's tactics against him. Tega, leave Odegaard and Izzy for Arteta to decide. He will always figure it out. Please, which club is the intern in the studio supporting? Chelsea. He's one of them. Chelsea. This is Abby who says CR7 still going strong at 40, scoring a wonderful bicycle kick yesterday in Al Nasser's 4-1 win. And EY says, can't blame Liverpool players too much. The cold this week can wound someone. In fact, we are jealous of the players going for AFCON because they'll enjoy some good weather for at least a month.
All right. So thank you so much for sending in your messages. Thank you for tuning into Smooth 98.1 FM to listen to the locker room. This week there'll be Champions League. So Chelsea Barcelona is on Tuesday. We'll talk about that on Wednesday. We'll also talk about Arsenal Bayern, which is on Wednesday. There's Atletico Madrid Inter on Wednesday. So there are big matches on Wednesday. All right. All of that and more coming up midweek Wednesday. So don't miss the locker room on Wednesday. But till then, go out there. It's a new week. Go out there. Have a fantastic week. And please do not be like Tottenham Hotspurs.
Do not bottle. Thank you all so much. Thank you so much, Tega. Thank you for being a part of the locker room this morning. Keep it tuned to Smooth 98.1. Lagos, you'll get talking at 9 o'clock on Lagos Talks. My name is Ayokunmi. Stay with us.
Why should I stay with you?
Some people are still trying to blame Jota